newspaper, Il Progresso Italo-Americano. Now, the name of the newspaper is America Oggi. That means America Today. Already then, from 79 to 86, I had a chance to see that here in the United States, the UFO research field was extremely exciting, extremely alive compared to the Italian one. So I started seeing that the situation was offering me a great deal of a chance, learning a lot. Investigative journalism, it's something that you don't, that they don't teach you at school. Absolutely. You understand that news are to be given to the people as you recall them. You don't have to make fancy stories over the news. You just have to keep the track. Find a common sense, reasonable idea behind this news and respect the 5 W's law. This principle, when I got back to Italy in 86, this principle for me were the same. And at that time, I started looking for UFOs, how to send the message to the Italians that the UFOs were real, the phenomenon was there, and the Roswell crash was real, first of all. Nobody knew anything about Roswell in Italy. So I started producing videos, also I was very lucky, producing videos, and we did have great chances of broadcasting these videos between 91 and 95, until a turning point. The infamous autopsy footage in 1995, which gathered a crowd, an audience of 15 million viewers in 3 nights for Rai 2, the Italian second state channel. Now, the word state, it is extremely important. State controls you. State controls information. State controls the information about UFOs, especially if you go in there and you tell them, look, something crashed 50 or something years ago, and we have to tell the people. And they don't believe you. I mean, if you talk to a manager of RAI, like NBC probably in those times, 15 years ago, they will consider you mad, absolutely out of your mind. And instead, they did it, and we started. From that point on, I kept following the entire overall situation, Italy included, and I found out that the worst things are happening within the UFO organizations, not out of the organization, but within the organizations. Thank God I am an independent researcher, and I'm a journalist, and I will show you now what are we doing with Area 51, just with this brief presentation, very brief, 7 minutes. We can start the PowerPoint. Now, already the fact that we call ourselves UFO and Exopolitics magazine, it's something that the UFO traditional people, they don't like it. Especially in Italy. They are nuts and bolts, still. They consider the phenomenon as something that you have to work on the statistics. Sightings, archival materials, and then cover up. The good files within the Italian organizations are going to the Secret Service. The bad files are shown to people. This is our last issue, and this is the special we have done with the Roswell case 7 months ago. This is one of the most startling sighting events that occurred in nearby Rome 3 years ago. This guy is a contactee, as usual. I don't know why, but the contactees, they get the best footage ever. This is the sighting that occurred a month ago in Milano. If you notice, many of these lights are recurring all over, and they're quite startling, similar to the Hessdalen lights, the Norwegian lights. These were taken by Professor Teodorani in Arizona 2 years ago. These two guys were already in the knowledge of what the situation with the cover-up and the EB was administered by the Majestic 12, as the documents are documenting. This is a rendition of the so-called BMW type. This is Helen Hynek with Sigismund, I believe. This is Alan again. This is a letter to Paula Harris from Alan Hynek. This is them. Okay, this guy, his name is Frank Pryor. He found this very strange skeleton in somewhere here in the States, and we are publishing the story of Frank Pryor and this creature called Ralph. This depicts instead something that's going on in up in the north of Norwegia. It's a new startling situation that we are following. This is the K-BAP video. All this stuff you can find it through internet. And this is Miranda that I loved too much when I was a kid. But now my friends here from Australia, they told me that Picnic Hanging Rock is not true, and I'm so disappointed. This is the story that we are gathering in Italy regarding the abductions phenomenon. This is Andy, as the Sirpo people are purporting to tell us. And this is the infamous Santilli footage. This is a case concealed by the Italian aeronautics in '67. This is Italy '93. This is Italy '77. All these pictures that I'm showing you is Italy. This is the phenomenon called the humanoid, the flying humanoids that we do have in Italy. This is over the base of Aviano, still the base of Aviano. It's a NATO base up in the north of Italy. Picturing the stealth followed by strange little dots. And now we are getting to Corso. This is documented the fact that some of the original drawings and documents were given to me by the late Colonel. And these are the years that he spent in Italy. We follow the tracks of Corso, obviously. He told us to do that. Therefore, here he is with a friend of ours that probably is listening right now. And this is the cover of Hera, the other magazine published by us. That's mainly exoterical and forbidden archaeology and forbidden truth. And this is it just as beginning. Now we can get to Corso. Now, I don't think that many of you know that Corso, before he died, I believe a couple of months before he died, signed an affidavit stating that he was proceeding, having a legal action against the United States Army, swearing that the events in which he was the protagonist after the Roswell incident were real. As far as we know, this affidavit that was also submitted by Kaus